What's up, guys? Silver here with another Halo Reach achievement guide. This time we are doing part 8 of our 9-part series to complete this game solo legendary. So start this up. This is the mission, the package. We're going to start off up on this rock, but we're going to jump down into the water here right from the start and take cover behind this rock right here that we're approaching. And we're going to take out the 2 turrets and a bunch of grunts before we move forward. So you can see that turret is looking at us. It's pretty easy to take those guys out when they're looking directly at you. Their heads kind of pop up and over the little control console or whatever they have in front of them to use the turrets. And then there's one more turret up there. He's not looking at us, so it's kind of tough to land a headshot. But then he decided to look our way, and we finished him off right there. So those 2 guys are down for the count, so that's good news. There are some fuel rod wielding grunts in the area, so we're going to just try to take out as many of those as possible. There are some normal grunts running around as well, so just kind of take your time. There are 2 ghosts, as you can see as well. We were just looking at one. Those guys are pretty easy to take out, actually, if we just move forward into this building. There is a jackal with a focus rifle up in that sniper platform as well, so keep an eye on that. There's a bunch of DMR ammo right there in that crate. And we're going to get the... there's a fuel rod grunt. There's the focus rifle jackal. We're just going to shoot him in the head. Then there's the 2 ghosts we have to worry about. So we're just going to lead him to the doorway here. And he's really easy to just hijack and board if you just stand in that doorway or just to the side of that doorway inside the thing. So you're totally safe, and then he just comes up to within hijacking distance, hijacking range, and you're easily able to just take his ghost from him. Like so. We just did it again. How easy. So that is it for this first section. We're going to speed up over to this tank over here, and we're going to hop out and hop in to the tank. And there's the sniper platform right here, so blow that up. And we're going to just turn around, and there's another sniper platform we could take out before we're even in range of that thing. So might as well take it out right there before moving to the to within range of it, so we don't take unnecessary damage. Then there's a turret, just a stationary turret there, and also another ghost should be here, unless he's retreated, which he usually doesn't. Sometimes I've seen that he's just not there sometimes. Likes to back up like the coward he is. And then there's just a bunch of random infantry. There's also another turret back towards the right. So we're going to move forward and take that guy out as well. There he is, making his presence known. And then there's going to be a couple ghosts that come down. They spawn from back there. Towards the back left, you can't see where they spawn in, but then they drive in. There they are. We're just going to take these guys out as well. So you can see I'm kind of hiding the front of my tank, because they tend to shoot at the front of the tank. That's where you're actually sitting inside of the thing. So they tend to not shoot the back of your tank too much. So if you just expose the back of your tank only and put the front of your tank behind something, you could usually not take too much damage that way. So we're going to speed up here, and we have arrived at the tyrants. You could just take these things out from afar like we noted and use that strategy in Tip of the Spear. Just take them out with your tank. I think it takes 7 shots to destroy these things from afar. So that way we don't have to get out and fight all these people in the area. So just keep moving. We took out that left one. Now we're taking out this right one. And if we just keep moving, we will not have to deal with most of the enemies in this area. If you take them out from afar and just kind of take your time, you might have to deal with more people. So we're just kind of pushing through while taking those out real quick. And I'm taking some damage here. This is a lot more damage than I usually take. Just an FYI, but we're still fine. So we're just going to move forward here. There's another sniper platform up here. So shoot that in the lower right-hand side of it. You can kind of take it out before you pull within range of it, because their shot is kind of blocked by some trees there. And then there's 2 or 3 ghosts here as well. So we're going to take these guys out. And looks like... oh, we got one more here. Not anymore. So from here, we could actually take out a fuel rod turret that's sitting right up there before we even get within range of it. So I hit the hill actually there. So just shoot until you see that nice little explosion. There it is, that bluish, purplish explosion. That means you hit and blew up the turret. It's a lot easier to take out from afar. And speaking of taking things out from afar, oh, we want to take that thing out. There's another fuel rod turret on that rock, so just kind of peek your head out and duck back behind the rock here for cover if you need to. And this piece of wreckage is becoming a hindrance. I can't really move forward that easily, so I blast it out of the way. Alright, so up here, there's going to be another turret that actually starts shooting at us, and it's a plasma turret, not a fuel rod turret. And there's a Revenant there I took out. There's another Revenant in the distance. But there's a turret that's going to start firing at us once we get its attention. And it's actually just barely out of range. Well, its range. We could shoot it, but it can't shoot us. You can see all these plasma bolts are actually just disappearing right before they get to us. So we're right outside of the effective range of that turret. So we could just kind of take our time, line up the shot, and take it out. And there's another turret behind this rock here. There's also that Revenant over there we haven't taken out yet. So just take your time. You're pretty much out of the range of the Revenant as well, so you could miss as many times as you want, like I am right now. Then there's this turret. We're just going to back it up, shoot the turret, and there's one more Revenant up at the top here. So we're not out of the woods yet, but we're pretty close. So just move forward. There's going to be the Revenant. I'm going to miss them repeatedly, like I do with Revenants, apparently. And then I'm just going to speed this part up. Actually, this is an achievement to make this tank all the way up to this point without being destroyed. So that's an achievement. That's an effective strategy. But we're just going to go back. We're abandoning the tank. We can't take it any further. We're going to grab 2 ghosts. There's 2 ghosts back here that are not manned by anybody. Make sure you don't blow them up. And that this just makes the next section up here a little easier. So we're going to get it in here. That tank was blocking it. I could have moved it away. But we're just going to boost with the ghost past this whole section here. So there's a bunch of people on foot and some turrets lined up in here. So we're just going to speed past them, go to the left of that turret there, and we just skip that whole section. There's a health pack there if you need it. And up here is going to be a bunch of skirmishers and regular jackals, because skirmishers are actually a type of jackal. Little trivia. And we're just going to take these guys out slowly and surely. We have a lot of cover in here. We're pretty safe. They never charge into this position. So if you have your shield popped, you could always just back up. And they are going to shoot you from every angle if you try to go up these ramps. Because these ramps spiral. They circle the area a couple times, so they could shoot down on you from pretty much any angle. Except for directly above, I suppose. There's a crate of DMR here. Plenty of DMR to go around. And there's actually another crate up at the top level of this section as well. So you can just kind of stand on this lower ramp here and take out as many of these guys as possible. Keep your head on a swivel. You want to look left, straight, and to the right, because that's all the angles they could shoot you from, basically. You always want to have your back to the wall when you're going up to the top of this thing. That's the only place they cannot shoot you from, is from behind if your back is to the wall. So you want to kind of keep your eyes on the rest of this section. You could actually use a needler to shoot through the floor of this, but I like to just take them out with the DMR. So I'll show you the needler. You can see I'm not able to shoot through this with a DMR, but if I grab a needler rifle, I mean needler rifle, not a needler, a regular needler. You could shoot through it with a needler rifle. So we got a needler rifle here. And he's trying to dodge it, but we got him. You can see I shot through the grating there. So if you want to do that, that's totally a valid option as well. But I'm just going to switch back to my DMR in a second. Because I'm biased, I guess. I like the DMR. What do you want from me? I'm going to go grab more DMR ammo. I killed everyone in this area. I'm just grabbing my plasma pistol back that I dropped on the floor, which I'm realizing I don't actually need to do because there's a 100%ly, that's not a word, 100% charged plasma pistol up here. And you can see that crate I just ran by up there. Here's the plasma pistol. That crate I ran by had the DMR on that 3rd level of that area where all the jackals were. Plenty of DMR ammo. And there's more even behind me in that crate I just smacked. So we're going to pop out real quick and quickly take out this engineer. So hopefully you could take him out real quick, because he provides shielding to the elites up here, which makes this section way more annoying. But we are just going to take out these guys with our plasma pistol and DMR. So you could pepper them from afar like I just did there. Just kind of shoot a bunch of times with the plasma pistol to get them to reveal themselves and get their shields to pop, and then you could just finish them off with a headshot. You could go with the standard noob combo, though that's tough to do here because the overcharged plasma pistol burst does not lock on unless they're totally revealed, because they're invisible, so it doesn't lock on. So it's a better idea to just kind of shoot them a bunch of times with a normal plasma pistol shot. And that gets them to reveal themselves and get their shield down. Or you could just go with the old school, shooting them with a DMR repeatedly, because there is a bunch of DMR ammo, and Noble Team's helping you out here. So for this section, you don't want to move forward, because that will make the elite that we're shooting right now back up and be hard to kill. He'll retreat into this section, then you got to get close to him. But by staying back at the other end of the room, we made him stand there, and he's a lot easier to take out just with a DMR. So we go to the cutscene, we skip it. There's a couple that we skipped. There's a bunch of health on the wall here, a bunch of ammo. We're going to grab a jetpack, exchange your sprint for a jetpack here. We're going to jetpack up to the top of this building. And I'm going to try to get the attention of these Banshees. They usually don't need much coaxing. A lot of times, they'll just fly over by themselves. But I'm just kind of trying to shoot the Banshee just to get his attention. We're going to board it. Use your jetpack to get up to him, or you could use your plasma pistol to overcharge plasma pistol it, which will stun it and will fall to the ground. But sometimes it's just easier to jetpack up there with them. Then we're going to use the Banshee to take out as many of these guys as we can. So this is a huge holdout, basically. We're going to be in this section for the remainder of the level, and we are just going to be killing a bunch of waves of enemies. So while you're flying around the map with your brand new Banshee, you probably want to activate these spider turrets. They'll help you out. At the very least, I mean, they'll kill some people for you, or weaken them at least. But the main thing that they'll do is distract enemies, so they won't be able to kind of get into a giant mass of enemies that you have to fight at the end. They'll just kind of stay separated for longer because they get dropped off at different sections of the map here. So I took an aggressive approach here, and I got stunned myself, which was not good. I thought I was going to die here. Thankfully, this glacier jutting out saved me from falling down into the bottomless pit. I guess it's not a bottomless pit, but it's a pit that if you fall into, you will die. So just be more careful than I am being right here. I'm being a little aggressive. You can see I'm getting way too close to these enemies, so they can noob me, they could stick me, they could shoot at me. They could do all sorts of terrible things. I'm thinking I'm going to die here. And I'm going to actually survive. You can see this thing looks like crap, though. But luckily, we're not going to stay in the Banshee forever, because we're still pretty early in this segment, so that would be pretty bad if I was in this rough a shape at this point, and we weren't going to be exchanging our Banshee for that Wraith that was just dropped. So keep your eye on this Phantom. He's going to drop off a Wraith, and then we're just going to fly behind him and park right there. And the Wraith doesn't actually ever turn around. The Gunner might. So keep an eye on him. You can see I'm shooting him off the front right now. Now he's dead. So shoot the plasma pistol at him to take his shield down, and then just pop him in the head with a DMR real quick. You don't have to stun this guy necessarily to hop on top, but it's just slightly safer. And we're just going to punch and shoot and do whatever. Don't stick. Punch and shoot the hatch here. You can see the top of the hatch has just been blown off, exposing the elite driving it. And we're just going to shoot him till he's weak, and then finish him off with a headshot, and we're just gonna hop in the Wraith ourselves, and now we got a brand new Wraith. And this is how we're gonna beat this section. It's a lot easier with it. We're going to move forward and basically just take out all the waves of enemies. So we got the Jackals here, and there are going to be three more waves of Phantoms that come in to drop off enemies at this point. So once the Wraith is dropped off and starts firing at the Noble Team's position and Dr. Halsey's lab up there, there's going to be 3 more waves of Phantoms. And you could tell a lot of times there'll be like there'll be some dialogue that triggers that shows that the new wave is coming, or there'll be like a sound change, like the music changes, that is, not the sound. I guess music is sound, but you know. So this part I just sped up. We're in between waves. Sometimes the waves decide to take a little while, so I just sped this up. I'm going to activate this turret. Not 100% necessary. Totally optional. It doesn't really do much, but it helps a little bit. And we're just going to go hide down here. I knew I had enough time, but if you're not sure, just kind of head down here. This is the important part. Get here before the Wraith, or not the Wraith, get here before the Phantom comes down here, and then you can just kind of hide behind here pretty safely and take out this Phantom. And that way the ghosts on the underside of that Phantom will be blown up. They're never deployed. they don't get a chance to, and a lot of the infantry that would have been deployed from that Phantom are also taken care of with that one big blast. And so that's that's one of the 3 Phantoms totally taken care of, and we didn't even really have to do much. They didn't even get to land their people. We're just going to hang out here. There's another Phantom in front of us to the top left of the screen. And there's more people coming in from the left where we actually hijacked this Wraith, is where the other Phantom is. So we're going to head over there in a second to take that Phantom out, because they like to just kind of hover for a little bit as they slowly deploy their troops. We could also do that with the one up top, but there's not really a great spot to camp and take out the Phantom. So that Phantom I just kind of ignore up there and just take out the troops as they come. But this is a good vantage point. This Phantom cannot shoot us, but we could shoot him, so we're just going to take him out real quick. A couple more shots, or just one. Should do it. I noticed this turret is offline. Once they take enough damage from the Covenant walking by, they go offline, but you could go activate them again. So that is what we're doing. And you can see the health of them all on the bottom right of the screen. B, D, and A are active. C is not active, though, but whatever. It doesn't matter. So we're just going to take these guys out real quick. And I've been noobed, which you kind of want to try to avoid, because then you're more susceptible to mass fire and getting naded and being noobed again, and you get stunned again, and it's a chain reaction. It could be ugly. So we're just going to go back to the same spot. The music changed, so we know another wave is coming in. And I'm just going to take out this this Phantom like we did the last time. It's going to blow up. And a lot of the people underneath it will die, and also the people inside of it will never get to exist at all. Poor them. Sad story. So we'll just move up and pretty much do the same thing we were doing. There are going to be hunters. You can see there's some ghosts up here as well. So be wary of the ghosts. And by ghosts, I mean hunters. But I guess the ghosts too. The ghosts actually do a pretty good job of taking your shield down very quickly. So if you're not careful or being cognizant of where they are, they could kill you pretty quickly. And also, there's the hunters coming in from the left. Also could do some damage, especially if you have a weak Wraith. Fortunately, looks like our Wraith is in pretty good shape right now, but you don't want hunters taking pot shots at you if you have very low health in the Wraith department. So, Dr. Halsey just said, almost done, or whatever her line is. Just need another second or whatever. So that cues the next wave, and also the music changes again, of course. So I'm thinking I could take out this Wraith while it's attached to the underside of this Phantom, but that looks to not be the case because I'm hitting it like 4 or 5 times, and it's totally fine when it lands. Look at that thing. It's invincible. Not anymore, though, because it landed down here. And I'm just missing now. It's the new Revenant. I can't hit him. So there we go. They tend to ignore you because they're scripted to shoot at the facility up there, which is good news. So we could kind of take that and run with it. So we just hang out behind it, and it kind of ignores us and doesn't really shoot at us. Still kill it as fast as possible because A, it could fire. Who knows? It might just fire one day. It might decide I'm done with these strats, these silver strats. I'm just going to take them out. And also B, the gunner on the front of it is actually still active and still actively trying to kill you. It's not scripted to shoot at the facility or anything like the main mortar is. So we're just slowly taking these guys out. We could ignore that Wraith up there. You can see there's a Wraith towards the back that's shooting up and over this and hitting the facility, but they don't ever really turn to shoot at us directly, so we could ignore him. And we're going to hop up here. There's the button to activate this. And what's it activating? The cutscene to end this level. So that is it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to keep watching, you could click on one of the related guides on the left side of your screen, and also be sure to subscribe by clicking on the scorpion icon and hitting that bell for notifications. You could also check out other social media links of mine down below in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.